Hello everyone, welcome to another segment of Balandeli Belanga. It's your host here, Hunga, coming to you on a Thursday afternoon, Thursday. Yes, usuku lamkhulu khulwana. In the hour, it's sunset. Sunset we normally give to Libra energy when the sun is dipping below the horizon. Silandela ilanga. We are followers of the sun. In this channel, we follow that sun wherever he goes. I want to share a bit on thoughts that I had laid a foundation for in the videos or in the series eNeRGY, My Children, where now we are exploring the no-thingness which differentiates into river time and further differentiates into the spark or the living spark. And in one of those videos, I can't remember which one exactly, I ascribed the no-thingness to the soft element, if I were to use that word, when you are taking this thought now to the schools of Kabbalah. For example, your Ein Sof, your Ein being your energy and your Sof being your matter, or Ein being what eventually becomes or manifests as energy, and Sof being what eventually manifests as matter. Ma-NTuLi is eNeRGY, as we would say in Zulu, where we call the dust of matter Ntu. We call it Ntu. We return it back to that principle of Ntu. We recognize that matter is still the what? It is still the Ntu. It is still itongo in another state. Because we have to realize that itongo and the dialectric, that is one and the same thing, and anything and everything around us, it is still that principle in other roles or working in other capacities. Like for the way Babu Mota puts it, we have the no-thingness which divides within itself. Because of that, because the river without start nor end craves the no-thingness like a flesh and blood beast. And so out of itongo, out of that state of no, that state of equilibrium, mind at rest, we get that river, that formation. So from the nothingness we get river time, from river time we get the spark, and then it continues like that. And so just to clarify some inconsistencies that we've actually been taught in school. And of course, I will be using Dr. Walter Russell's work to be expanding on on these principles. I've enjoyed looking at the universe the way he perceived it, because he approached it. Yes, he was a man of science, but he was among those few men of science who were able to understand the physics of science and the metaphysical aspects thereof. He was able to understand it succulently, if I may put it like that. Yes, and yes, so I constantly refer back to his work in trying to syncretize our mythologies and Western, whether Hermeticism, metaphysics, whatever you want to call it, but make this into something that is recognizable and as one. And so what do we have? Africans, or in Ngesintu, we know of the Ntu as the origin of origins. And we've also expressed it that in the physical planes, emnyameni, emzimbeni, the dust we call is iNtuli, Ma-NTuLi. So we would give the earth that feminine aspect or that mother energy, which means earth or umzimba, matter, is the no thing manifested. It is the soft manifested. That would be matter. And then now, when we take it from the way modern science is looking at it, especially on where energy is concerned now, in school they teach us that energy is then a product of matter. Energy is a product of matter. That is how it's been taught to us. For example, a simple example: you want fire energy. You burn wood. That's one type of energy. There's a lot. You've got heat energy and all different forms. But yes, that is how we've been given. That the energy comes from matter. So what you do to matter, you heat it or you expand it, you put it under tension or whatever to get that energy out. But on our understanding ngesintu and what we understand the zero or ithong or ground of being to be, and of course as agreed upon by the likes of Dr. Walter Russell, for example, and other scholars like your Teslas, and just to name one guy, who invented, not using the current system of word kings of the universe that we have. Men who Dr. Russell didn't invent. He made a lot of predictions, especially where elements are concerned. But however, Nikola Tesla, on the other hand, he gave us a lot of inventions, and I believe he was among or the first to actually tell us exactly what electricity is and what electricity isn't. And a lot of these inventions that he gave us were not in line with the current understandings of how of the academia of that time, of how they were doing things. And so one of the places where Walter Russell also disagrees in this now, where in this insistence that energy is a product of matter. And so he gives a quick example here. Let me read this for you. Electric matter is but a mirror which reflects qualities outside itself to simulate those qualities within itself. In the mind of any creator of any product is the idea of the formed body which mind desires to produce. Also the knowledge, energy and method of production are in the mind, kwingqondo, of the creator or the architect of the product, and not in the product. In the product, or the energy is not in the product. That's what he's basically trying to say. A builder is not going to say my energy, my methods of construction, the knowledge that I use, the idea is in the building or the house that I've constructed. That's what he's saying. He's saying those are not there. He says those are a product of mind, and they stay in mind. They don't leave the mind. Because in physical matter, like these walls, for example, these are simulations. Like he says, the electric matter, this is a mirror which reflects qualities outside of itself. It's a simulation of qualities outside of itself, within itself. And so in the mind of any creator is the idea. And njengoba besishilo ngesiZulu is the idea in icebo. Remember that sound? I said imagine two stones crashing into each other. Like, icebo, the idea. Interestingly enough, ngesizulu again, cebo and ngcebo has the same root, ngcebo or ingcebo, meaning wealth. And so desire that gets that mind going, idea icebo becomes ingcebo. But ingcebo is where? Ingcebo is here. Ingcebo never leaves the mind. The material only, what's the word? It only simulates those qualities. But ingcebo iqala la. Wealth does not start in the physical. We have to have that mentality of wealth here first before you can project it out, or you can reflect it into the world around you. Let me read on here. The architect does not say that the energy, idea, or construction methods are in the temple of his conceiving. Yes, I just said that. A builder doesn't build a house and then say, yeah, the energy, the ideas, the tools, they are in the building. That does not make sense. To claim that energy is a property of matter is to deprive the architect of his omnipotence and his omniscience. The entire universe manifests power, but the universe is not the power which it manifests. I love the last bit, and I love the last bit. Yes, there's power in the universe, but the universe is not that power it manifests. Where does the power or that energy, where does it lie? It comes or it lies in that state of equilibrium, ematongweni, in that utter state of rest. Be still and know that I am God, potential, unconditioned, undefined, unmanifested, non-ordered, potential in its rawness. I don't want to say chaos, but that is where energy comes from. It is not a product of matter. You don't get matter first and then get to extract energy out of matter. In the creation of matter is energy being spent. And so we cannot say energy comes from matter. But in the world of effects, in the world of simulation, in a world of simulated qualities, as the elder is putting it here, that electric matter mirrors or reflects qualities outside of itself. It's like it works like a mirror. Yes, that is who Ma-NTuLi or Ma-NTu. That's darkness. What are we talking about? Dark matter. If you wanna go there, iphakade, that state of iphakade, or yes, ingunaphakade, eternity, or the packet, which is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Because to the senses we cannot. It cannot be picked up by any of the senses, but it is everywhere and nowhere at the same time, because it lives in and outside of time. To say in time, in that fourth dimension, it would say its state in that would be operating as magnetism. But that is just, it's not something like magnetism is not something you can hold or contain, or we know it's there, but it's not something tangible. I think I'm babbling now, so yes, I think I will stop it at that for this lesson. Yes, still taking apart the no-thingness, river time, and the spark. Yes, thank you for listening, guys, and please do not forget to subscribe to our page, and yeah, thank you.